I'm just going to share a reading this morning while I'm waiting, so I'm not just sitting here. This is, and for those that watch it in the replay, that you'll have something to watch while there's that break time. This is from the Daily Flame, 365 Love Letters from Your Inner Pilot Light from Dr. Lissa Rankin. It's my go-to book in the morning after my meditation, is to read the next passage and to see what words of wisdom there might be for the day. Sometimes it just kind of fits to what I need. I've left a link in the description of this book and how you can get it. So, I've got news for you. The universe doesn't need you to be in control. You see, me and the universe, we're like this. And between the two of us, we've got it handled. So sit back, take a load off, put your feet up, surrender all of your unmet longings, unresolved problems, undecided decisions to me. Let go of attachment to outcomes and let us handle this, darling. Cast the burden of all your struggles into these great arms of love and let us help you. Along with all the other invisible forces of love that are just dying to help you navigate this crazy, awesome, nutty, wondrous, mysterious human life. Imagine me as a giant God box. Write down whatever is weighing on your heart, everything deep, heart yearning, every problem your mind is trying to solve, every health issue, every relationship struggle, every difficult decision. Toss it into the God box and let me help you handle it. Then, trust me to clue you in. If there's any action you need to take, then your action will all be coming from a different impulse. It will feel like that electric energy that courses through the body, leaps you out of your chair and compels you to sprint across town to do that one thing I've guided you to do, because you're so gleefully antsy to do it that you can't quite help yourself. Trust me on this one, my love. On it like glue, your inner pilot light. All right. Again, if you're joining me, it's just from the Daily Flame, 365 Love Letters from Your Inner Pilot Light from Dr. Lissa Rankin. And again, it's my in the morning meditation after my meditation read. So the link to that book is in the description. Let's see what time it is. Almost there, just a couple more minutes. So just settling into your space, not only physically, but also mentally. My husband's doing some plumbing work in the background, so if you hear anything later on, that's what that is. Let us begin. So getting comfortable in that seat if you're not already. We'll start with that bit of mindful movement as we drift the shoulders up towards your ears on your in-breath. Roll them back and down on your out-breath. It's conscious active doing as you squeeze up and not doing as you draw back and down. Welcome to move a little bit more if you need it, or if you're ready to settle in, just letting the shoulders drop away from the ears and the ears to rise from the shoulders. Eyes can be open or closed. Either a steady gaze outward or a steady gaze inward. Whatever helps you to tune in to the body and tune out to the distractions. Start to notice the ground coming up to support you from your feet to your seat. Sensing the weight of your sit bones and noticing, is one a little heavier than the other, or can you find that equal balance right in the center? From there, we're rising up as though each part of your body could just get a little bit more space between the top of the crown of the head rising and then the chin dropping in ever so slightly. And while you're trying to create that length, letting go of the rigidity or the need to overdo. And start to notice the sounds of the room, maybe the sound of your breath or the absence of the sound of your breath. Sensation of the air flowing in and out the tips of the nostrils. You may notice the temperature on the way in is a bit different than the temperature drifting on the way out. Just gonna head back in again. So next time you breathe in, silently counting to yourself 1. Next time you breathe out, 1. Next time breathing in, 2. Next time breathing out, 2. Continue traveling up towards 10. When you find that your mind has wandered away, start over again at 1. So I say it's not a punishment, it's just a practice. So just letting go of the count, no matter how far you got, it doesn't really matter. All right, let's pause to set an intention for the day, whether the hands are together or not. How are you going to show up today towards yourself, towards each other, towards the planet, or something that includes all 3? All right, the palms are not together. Actually, yes, let's do this. The palms together. Spread the fingers as wide as they can go, and then start to drop the hands or the base of the palms down towards your belly button. And when they start to spread or it feels uncomfortable, that's just your stop point. Elbows out a bit, chest rising. A little bit of pressure here, push the palms together, full breath. When you're ready, we're gonna, if your hands are not, we're already here. My mind is obviously not settled right yet. Here we go, pressing a little bit as we reach up towards the sky, and then span out to your cactus arms, draw those shoulder blades back and together. 2 more. Good, next time we pause here in the outstretch, and we'll head the opposite direction, rising up, palms meet at the top, right down your center, exhale. 2 more. We'll come back to the center, pause, clasp the hands, and start a figure 8 or infinity sign, however you'd like to envision that. Okay, pause when you get to the center and head the other direction. All right, we're gonna span, let's go palms outward, reaching up to the sky, in breath. Out breath, flip the hands, round the shoulders, drop the head. Inhale, draw the hands to the belly, drop the shoulders, lift the chin. Good, 2 more. Inhale, rising. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, draw it in. Last one. All right, and come back to center. Shake it off. The right hand to the heart space. Left hand can just stay in your lap. We're going to swim that hand across the chest, gaze out to your right. And then slide it back across, gaze out to your left. So that might be your inhale now, and then your exhale, you're going to reach back out. Back to the left. Back out, let's hold it there on the outstretch of the right arm. Reach that right arm up and over, a little side bend, maybe gaze down to the left. And inhale, back to center. Set that right hand down, take the left hand to your chest, your heart space. And we'll do the same. So take an in-breath, and on your out-breath, outstretch that left hand, look out to the left. Slide back across, look out to the right. Again, exhale out to the left. Inhale back to the left. Sorry, right. Clearly my mind is not continued to figure out left and right. We'll stretch out here to the, next time you reach out to the left and holding there. In breath, out breath. Next in breath, reach up and over to the right. Side bend, look down to your right perhaps. One more breath, in breath, out breath, come back to center. All right, let's take it off or onto our other roost, so off of our seat and onto hands and knees or tabletop. All right. So knees out just a little bit wide, and if you're up to it, we'll do a barrel roll. So you're going to slide over to the side of the barrel, lift to the top of the barrel, like you're scratching your back. Over to the side of the barrel, and then drop the belly to the bottom of the barrel. These do not have to be extreme motions, meaning you don't have to go to the end range. Just go to whatever feels comfortable and breathe. Next time, reach the bottom of the barrel. Oh, the bottom of the barrel. Let's not reach the bottom of the barrel. Let's go the other direction. Keep moving. All right. Let's go to the top of the barrel. I don't want to finish at the bottom. All right, go back to center. Let's spread those hands wide right under your shoulders. Take one foot back into half plank. And when you're ready, we'll take an exhale as you head forward, draw the belly skin upward, and as you inhale, head back. Gather up all that breath and exhale, explode it forward. Next time you head back into the heel, pause there, press the floor away from you, the back of the neck long. Good. Come back through center, you can shake off those wrists if they need a shake out. And then we'll head to the other side. Spread those palms out, take the other foot back, half plank. And we'll start the same breath. Exhale as you head forward, belly skin draws upward, inhale as you head back towards your heel. And next time you head back to the heel, let's pause there. Press the floor away from you with your hands, shoulders broad. Still breathing. Alright, come back to center. Let's open up the knees wide, take child's puppy dog or kneeling, whatever might feel most restful. I'm in puppy dog if you're wondering what puppy dog looks like. Full breath in, let your belly expand. Exhale, maybe mouth open, relax your jaw. Alright, and we'll slowly rise up. Let's go to thread the needle. So you're going to flatten out the tops of the feet. Take your left hand to the heart space or the chest space. And balance through your right hand. You're going to sweep that arm up and over, up like we did just a moment ago in seated. And then you're going to glide halfway back across, slide the hand across the the chest space as you bring the arm back down to the floor. Slide back across, connect with your heart space again, that hand to heart space. Drift it up to the sky, in breath. Slide it across the chest again so it can reach the floor. And back up again, sweep the hand across the chest space, reaching up, this time all the way through. So you can either rest your head on your hand, your right hand, or the floor or a block. Keep breathing. Staying there. I'm just going to tie my locks back. One more breath. All right, you're going to use that right hand to give you a boost back up. Sweep that hand across the heart or chest space up to the sky again. Inhale. And then we're back to ground. Okay, we'll pause or send it to the other side. So spread out the fingers of the left hand, take the right hand to the heart space. You're going to swim that arm across the chest, reach it up to the sky, in breath. Slide it across the chest, out breath. Head down to the floor. We're back up, slide it across the chest, in breath. Reaching to the sky. Slide it across and down, out breath. Meet the floor. Last one. This time we're going to slide all the way through. And you could have this top arm just resting like this. I didn't give you other options last time, so we'll just stay here. You can try to drop this left shoulder a little closer to the ground. One more breath. Use your left hand to give you a boost back up. Connect your hand to your heart space as you sweep that arm to the sky. Great, and then we're back to ground. Shake off a bit. Let's come into tall kneeling. And I'm using 2 blocks, and if you don't have blocks, that's okay, you don't have to use them, you can still do this. If you do have a block, you can put one back behind at your shins, and the other one's gonna go back behind in your hands. So I'm squeezing the block down below, and if you don't have the block, just try to squeeze the legs in or the thighs in. And with the block behind me, I'm gonna try to pull it apart. So just enough effort. In breath, and then release the squeezing and pulling. Squeeze the legs, pull the hands. So if I didn't have the hand one, then I would just be pressing the hands out to the side. Good, so here. Pull and squeeze and release. Pull and squeeze and release. 2 more before we hold. Last one, let's hold there, squeeze the feet, pull the hands, just enough effort, not too much. Okay, go ahead and release. And take those blocks forward if you've got them, otherwise just elbows to the floor. I'll take the elbows onto the blocks again if you have them, use them, if not, floor bound is fine. Bring the palms together and start to sink the body forward. And then the backs or the hands come towards the back of your head. If this does not feel great on your shoulders, please don't stay there. Just go to child's pose or puppy dog. When you're ready, we'll start to slowly rise up. Rock yourself back up. Let's get off of our knees and hands and come into standing. Let's grab your strap if you've got it. Again, belts work. You're just joining for the first time, or long stretching pants work. We'll take the feet a little bit wide. Hold the strap out whenever you're ready. I like to just bend the knees a little bit so you're not locking out and sticking your belly forward, but your knees are taking, your thighs are taking the load. In breath. Maybe you can go all the way out breath. Show that from the side. See, my spine stays really straight and tall, so this can be a core exercise just as much as it feels like it's a arm exercise. Back and meet in the front. We'll take the strap all the way to the top. Inhale up and exhale over. I'm just going to turn here so you can see that. Do one more to each. Good. Maybe back up at the top and then come back to center. We'll take the strap back behind you. If you've got it, you can always just grab onto your hands too for this. Clasp your hands. We'll take the feet roughly about mat width. Depends on your leg length though. You're gonna pull on the strap and open up and then bend at the knees, bend at the hips and start to hinge forward. You could keep the hands right on your backside or you could lift them up. If you're lifting them or wherever you are, actually, you're drawing the shoulder blades together. So even though I'm lifting them, my shoulders aren't going forward, they're coming back. One more breath. Bring the hands to the backside, pull on the strap and exhale your way, slowly rise back up. All right, I'll set the strap down for the moment. And let's come out in wide legs. So your wide leg on the mat or not doesn't really matter. And let's see, toes are out a bit, heels are in. Where I want to go with this. Let's start with our goddess energy moving. Get all the gunk out. Move. So we're going to rise up, breathe the sky. Exhale, bend in those knees, push the air down. Okay. I'll show this from the side just for a moment so you can see what that looks like. Hinging at the hips, flat back. Okay. All right, keep moving. Make this into an energy practice by gathering up what you need and then briskly breathing out what you don't. 2 more. Last one, let's meet palms together and we're going to settle right back down into goddess pose or horse stance. And we're going to rock a little bit side to side here. Whatever feels okay for your knees. Just staying kind of pushing off on the toes of the straighter leg. Good. Maybe coming back, meeting back in the center. We're going to inhale, reach to the sky, and exhale, slowly bring the arms back down to the sides. Stay here for a moment. We'll keep the legs in this position because we're going to do one more version here. So you're going to come down into kind of horse stance with your hands on your thighs. We'll take an in breath, and on your out breath, you're going to take one shoulder forward. Now, those with osteoporosis or osteopenia, just stop pretty close to that turn. Versus if you don't, you can certainly turn a little bit more past midline. So inhale, exhale. I'm doing the non-osteoporosis version right now, just so you know. This would be maybe more of the osteoporosis version. Good. So head back. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Last one. We'll head to the left, head to the right. Come back to center, release the hands to prayer. Exhale, rising. Inhale, reach the top, and exhale, slowly bring the hands down. All right, take off. Since we're already here, let's just turn the right foot out. The left foot's going to turn a little bit inward. Okay, so that left foot's roughly to the length of the the short side of the mat. Basically getting ready for your warrior two. So as you bend into that front knee, hip, knee, and ankle all stay in roughly alignment. All right, let's start here at the center. We're going to push the fingertips forward. We're gliding across the palm this morning. Bend into the front knee, look out to the right. We're going to do hopefully I can remember this on the other side. Take the backhand down the back leg. We're going to just do a different little flow here. Inhale, rising. Exhale, offering forward. Plant that front elbow on the front thigh. Reaching up and over. Inhale. Okay, exhale, sweeping back. Back up to warrior two. Slide across the pond. Straighten the front leg. Pull the hands back into center. Okay, we're going to go again. Bending in, warrior two, slide across. Turn the front palm up, take the backhand down the back leg, exalted warrior. Offer forward, extended side angle. Inhale that arm up. Sweep it back down, back to warrior two. Slide across the pond, bring it back in, and pause. This time through, we'll just hold the pose just a little bit longer. So slide across. Soften the shoulders. Turn the front palm up, slide the backhand down the back leg. Exalted warrior. Offer forward. Find your front elbow on that front thigh, so back is long. You can see this long spine, reaching up and over. Press that bottom elbow into the thigh. In breath, reach through back heel, top hand. Sweep up to warrior two. Good, slide across. Back in. All right, heel toe. Maybe hop it back in or step it back in. Shake off and find mountain pose, one breath. Step through the other side, so left foot out, right foot roughly in line with the short side of the mat. Heading for our warrior two in those same poses. So just aligning your hips long side of the mat. Here we go. Start in the center. Push the fingers out, slide across the pond, bend into that front knee. Slide the back hand down the back, front palm lifts, exalted warrior. Offer forward. Extended side angle, elbow to thigh, reaching up and over, back to warrior two, slide across the pond, meet back in the center. One more through the quicker version and then we'll go to the longer holds. Front palm turns up, take it back, exalted warrior. Offer forward, extended side angle, front elbow to thigh, draw that shoulder out of your ear. In breath reaching, exhale back to warrior two. Slide across, meet back in the middle. Same ones, we're just gonna hold a little longer. Slide across. Pausing here, warrior two, soften the shoulders, soften the gaze out towards the left. Good. Turn the front palm up, take the back hand down the back leg, exalted warrior. Only look up if it feels okay, otherwise look forward. In breath reaching, exhale, offer forward. Plant that forearm on the thigh, reaching up to the sky. Extended side angle. Find some ease in the effort. One more breath, reaching back heel, front arm, top arm. Exhale back to warrior two. We'll slide across, meet back in the middle. toe or step it in, shake off, and find mountain pose. All right, what do we prep for balance-wise? It's half moon pose. So I'm going to show the block version. And any kind of furniture really works too. Chairs, bookshelves, couches, as long as they're stable, okay? All right, let's step the right foot out towards whatever surface that you're going to do this. Bend in. So you're going to warrior two, but we're going to bend forward, reach the block or the surface that you're using. Lift that back leg up, keep the gaze down. Take your hand to your chest or heart space. Your left hand, that should be your left hand, sorry. Don't take your bottom hand off the surface. And sweep that arm all the way up to the sky. Maybe stop with your gaze looking forward. If you're looking for a challenge, don't have to look for it. You could start to slowly turn your gaze up towards the sky. I'm going to flex that back foot because it just gives me a little bit more power in this. Find some ease in your effort. Sometimes when you find the ease, you let go of the struggle. Yeah? Good. Bring that top arm back to the side. Bend the standing leg, woo, and gracefully move out. Release. Step it back in. Shake off my mountain pose. One full breath. Strangely, my whole right side feels more grounded than my left, which makes sense. It was the grounded side. All right, we're switching sides, so switch surfaces. Whatever you chose last time, choose the same. All right, so bending into that front knee as though you're coming into warrior two, and then you're going to plant that hand on that front surface. Start to lift the back leg. Keep the gaze down. Take the right hand to the heart space and start to swim it across the chest up towards the sky. Flex that back foot. And if you're looking for a challenge, you can start to slowly take your gaze up towards the sky. Good. Find some ease in the effort. Stay for as long as you can. Coming out whenever it's no longer feels safe. Good, one more breath if you're still with me. Oh, I'm gonna hit my head on the bookshelf. Alright, bend the front knee. Bring the hand back down and exhale. Dismount. Good thing you didn't have a head injury on camera there. Go ahead and shake it out. Find your mountain pose. One full breath. All right. Let's start to head to the floor. We're just going to take a little flow of poses to get there. So we'll start at the top of your space or top of your mat. Feet about hip width apart. Ask you to spread your toes out. Send the pinky down and then drag the other toes to center. Do this today yet, so let's give it a try. Maybe lifting onto the toes. We'll start to float the hands up slowly overhead. Extended mountain. Heels are going to come back, meet the ground. Slowly float the arms back down the sides. In breath. Bend at the knees. Exhale, out breath. We take it to the floor or your blocks. Sorry, I should have had a block there. Halfway up on your inhale, hands to thighs, flat back. Exhale, we find our way forward. We haven't been here yet, so we can rock side to side. Great. Set the blocks to the side if you're using them. Plant your hands down and either come to hands and knees or right to plank pose. And we're just going to do a little shifting in plank. And if being on your knees feels more comfortable to do this, you're welcome to do that version. Just kind of using using my feet to push me forward and bring me back. Keep pushing the floor away from you, otherwise I'm going to start to sink down like this. All right, shift up and back, downward facing dog. And rock your hips side to side, keep your knees bent to flatten out your back. Push the floor away from you. Good in breath. Out breath, open up the knees. Settle down, child's puppy dog or kneeling, whatever feels most restful. If you're wondering what I'm in, it's kind of a mix between child and puppy. All right, and slowly rising up whenever you're ready. All right, let's come to sit. Let's make sure. Alright, I'm actually going to sit on a blanket just to get my hips a little bit higher, but if you can sit up tall without that, you're welcome to go without. Alright, and then maybe a strap and maybe a block if you got it. Or a pillow works well in lieu of a block. Alright, let's first bring the legs out straight. Hands planted down by your sides, coming into somewhat of a Dandasana staff pose. So reaching through the heels, tightening up the tops of the thighs just a little bit. Press the floor away from you. Two more breaths. Great. Keep the length of your spine, so don't lose that as you start to transition. Bend your right knee in. Let the knee roll out to the right, and the sole of the foot comes to the inner thigh. Again, if you'd like a block to help catch that leg, that's what it would look like, or a pillow. The strap is going to come around the left foot if you need it. You might be able to reach your foot. Take an in breath, and then out breath, we start to head forward. What might you be able to relax in this moment? It might just be efforting unconsciously. One more breath. We're going to exhale, come back up to center. You can let go of the strap, bring that right knee back up, and either you keep it on this side, about a fist worth away from your thigh, or you can cross it over. Or some of you might be able to cross that left leg up underneath you, but your sit bones are still grounded if you're doing that version. I'll just come out to the mid version. We're going to reach the left arm up, get length through the spine, and then wrap that hand around. Take your right hand to the outside. Exhale. Again, osteoporosis or osteopenia. Folks, just don't overdo here. Don't over twist. Breathing in, allow your belly to expand. One more breath. Okay, we'll start to make it back towards center. We'll take the right hand, just graze it to the outside of your right foot, and then coming into just a very mild twist to the left. Great, and then we'll come back to center. Take your right leg back out. Sitting up tall, bend your left knee in, and then letting the knee drop out to the side, snugging the foot to the inner thigh and using your blocks and strap as needed. We'll sit up tall. If you're looking for something more, you don't have to. You might want to hinge forward. ease in that effort. Where might it come from? Jaws, eyes, shoulders. Ready to rise up, slowly coming back up. And let go of the strap. Bring that left knee back up and leave it right on that side. Cross it over, or you can cross the right leg up and under. Clear out the hip and belly space. Right, reach up through the right in breath, out breath, wrap around. Take that left hand to the outside of the left thigh. Still maintaining that lengthened spine and space from the collarbones out to the tips of the shoulders, expanded. In breath. When you're ready, be back in the middle, out breath. We'll uncross and let's bend the knees, take it into butterfly or Baddha Konasana. So the soles of the feet coming together. Again, blocks can help support you here on either side. Lost my other block. And I'm going to invite you to start to spread the feet open like you're reading the pages of a book. And maybe just doing with your pads of your thumbs, starting at the pinky side of the ball of a foot and giving little circles of massage. And starting to head to the midfoot and eventually to the big toe. And then you're going to go to that second line, like just where the arch starts. Start to give a little massage, little circles there, starting from the pinky side out to the big toe. And then travel one more line down. So you're heading towards your heel, basically. Starting at the pinky side and then starting those circles massaging out. And then you can do a sweep with your thumbs from the base or from the heels all the way towards your ball of your foot. I know it's nicer when someone else does it, but hey. Every little bit counts. All right, and then let the feet relax. We'll settle here in Baddha Konasana if you're okay with it for 2 more breaths. Exhale, bring the hands to outsides of the legs, bring them back in, wrap around for a bit of a shin hug, full breath in and out. Alright, and then we'll start to head down onto your left side. So you can have something under your head. See, I said left side, left side. Arms are going to be stacked out. Just going to get onto this mat so it's not so cold. Stack the knees, stack the arms. We're going to slide across. This is kind of our theme today, sliding across the chest space with that right hand and swing it out to a T shape on the other side of you. And then we're going to slide it back across the chest space, heart space to meet the other hand. Time out, we're going to hold it there. If your right arm is just hanging off the floor and makes it uncomfortable, put a pillow or something underneath it. I could have a block or something underneath my arm to catch it if that would feel better. Actually, I like to bring my left hand to my right side rib cage with my elbows still resting on the floor or block. And then breathing in, using my hand to give some feedback when I breathe into that upside right side body. hand, slide it across your heart, chest space back to meet the other hand. And then we'll come back onto your backs to go over to the other side. Bringing the arms out, knees stacked. We're going to slide across the heart chest space with that left hand now being your mover out to the left. And then we'll slide it back across. Again. Slide it back to the start point. This next time out, we're going to hold it there. Use a pillow or blanket underneath that left arm if it feels like it's hanging and it doesn't feel great to do that. And then I'll bring my right hand now to the left rib cage for a little bit of feedback as I breathe into that upside body. As you breathe out, let your left shoulder relax a little bit more. Breath. When you're ready, slide it across the heart space to meet the right hand again. And we'll meet on your back. Let's, if you got your strap, let's use it. If you need a block or something to help catch your leg when we drop it out to the side, maybe just have that ready. So let's just straighten out the legs first. Like you're coming into mountain pose on your back. And you're just going to check in. Does one leg feel longer? Does one leg feel more rotated? Where are you feeling the connections at your hips and your shoulders? And just checking in. I'm going to bring to bend both legs to get myself worked in here. So I'm going to bring the strap around the ball of the left foot. And then if you like, you can straighten out that right leg. You can always keep it bent if this is too intense. So my arms are long, but my shoulders are back here. And I'm going to find a little space in the low back, so not really arched, not really flat, but somewhere right in the middle. Your breath. You're reaching through the right heel if you've got it straight. One more breath. You're still there. We'll take the straps into your left hand and slowly start to take that leg out to the side. Your right hand can reach out to a half T shape. Find some ease in your effort. My right arm back in, bend my left knee a little bit as I bring it back up to the sky. Take the straps now into the right hand, and then I'll start to take that leg over. I have my other block here. And furniture works really great for a nice stop. That's what I'm always talking about when we're in class. Like a wall or a piece of furniture works really well for a nice stop. And then the left hand is going to come out and stretch into that half T shape. Bottom leg can turn. It doesn't have to stay if the foot's facing up. One more breath. Bend that knee a little bit, left knee, exhale it back up to center, reach to the sky and check in. Notice if it feels any different than when you went in first time. Mine doesn't. All right, let's bring that leg back down, and now you might notice something as you bring both legs back down and just check in. Does one leg feel longer? Do they feel more symmetrical or really off now? When you're you're ready, we'll switch to the other side. Bring the strap around the ball of the right foot. Straighten the left leg if that feels okay. You'll know it does not feel okay if this right leg is really uncomfortable or your low back is hurting. Good. Make a little space in your low back, so not really flat, not really arched, but somewhere right in the middle. Relax your shoulders and your jaw. Take the straps into your right hand this time. Left arm comes out to a T. You're going to exhale over to the side. Again, you can use furniture or your blocks to help catch you. Both heels if they are straight. Bring your left arm back in, bend this right leg, bring it back up through center. And take the straps into the left hand, take the right hand out to the side as you take that left leg over to the left. Again, furniture, blocks can help catch you. Allow that bottom foot to turn. It does not have to stay straight up. Back in, bend the right knee a little bit as you bring the leg back up to the sky, and just notice if it feels any different than when you did it earlier. And then bring that leg back to the ground, check in your reclining mountain pose, and notice if anything has changed. Right. Come into knees bent, feet hip width apart. You know what, let's step back. We'll do that in a second, but let's, if you've got a block and you want to go up into reclined, supported shoulder stand, you can do that. You can also put a stack of pillows under your hips, or you can just lift your legs to the sky. You don't have to have anything up underneath you. So you'll see me kind of inching away from that blanket being right at the crease of my neck, just so I don't pinch it off. I'm going to exhale one foot, knee up, and the other knee up. Relax my sacrum into the block, and then we'll reach the legs up to the sky. I'm going to press the floor away from me, and you'll see my shoulders cave out a little bit, my chest rises, and that'll help me take a little bit of pressure off the neck as well. And it also keeps the low back from just kind of caving down. It gives that line back there and holds it. Belly's rising and falling here. This is a great place to allow that to happen as the diaphragm is working in an opposite direction. Ooh, it's my timer. Pressing the floor away from you with your arms just a wee bit. Let the legs relax. Maybe just let the knees bend a little bit, hips bend a little bit. Exhale one foot down. Exhale the next foot down. And when you're ready, we'll come off the block. If you've been up there, bring your knees in towards your chest, maybe wide leg position. Go into what I call egg beaters. So each leg is kind of doing its own circle. Matching your movement to your breath. Next time the knees come in towards your chest, we'll pause there and then head the other direction. When you get to the out position, just set those feet right down to the outer sides of the mat. We'll head into our windshield wipers. So as your legs go off to the right per se, your left arm will reach up. Take a deep breath into that whole upside body. Exhale, we'll meet back in the center and off to the other side. Keep switching on your own rhythm. Maybe if you like to go fast normally, go slow. Middle. I invite you to, if there's something else that your body wants to do before we head into relaxation, have a little free play time. So you could do thread the needle on your back. You could do a knee pile on your back. So I'm just running through some suggestions. You don't have to do anything. You could do Supta Baddha Konasana. Lots of different options here. Just keep moving a little bit. If you are ready to settle into your relaxation or shavasana, you're welcome to. I'm going to give an example of using the bolster up on blocks to give a little bit of elevation. I think I've showed this before. You can use your furniture to do the same. So you get that little bit of inversion without having to strain your body so much, like doing a handstand. Or you could just have bolsters or blocks or blankets under your knees for some back support. I'm going to remain seated just for the sake of not moving around too much and creating noise. So just if you see me there, that does not mean you have to join me. Put an eye pillow, or you could even use a sock over your eyes. So try that if you've been feeling angry or like hot and irritated lately. Try a eye pillow over your eyes, or in a sock or something. A pant leg works really well too. Sweatshirt. I'll take us through a brief guided relaxation. We'll rest for some quiet, and then you'll hear the bells ring 1, 2, and 3. Allowing the eyes to close, or keep them open in a steady gaze. Smoothing out the skin of the forehead. Space between the eyebrows grows broader and softer. Temples ease, eyes heavy, head is heavy. Don't have to hold up those thoughts right now. Join to the jaw, releasing, creating space between the teeth and letting go of the tongue. Shoulder blades, entire body just surrendering to gravity. As soon as you notice you're following that next train of thought, just drop it. Nip it in the bud. And bring your awareness back to wherever you feel the breath moving in and moving out. Back to this instant present moment. You have nowhere to be and nothing to do. These next few moments are yours. that deeper breath that fills the belly and maybe fills the heart space. And a slow, steady exhale. One more of those if you'd like. Getting any mindful movement. Strum the fingers, curling fingers and toes on one breath, kind of tensing up the whole body and then releasing on the exhale. Maybe rolling wrists and or ankles. Maybe a cat stretch or a dog stretch before you bring your knees to your chest. Tucking in, rocking to one side. And recalling your intention wherever you might be in your movement right now. We'll find ourselves in a comfortable seated position whenever you're ready. You always have the option to choose any mudra you like. Today I'm going with Adi mudra. It's another one that's kind of more of a grounding mudra, thought to calm anxiety. Who needs to be anxious these days? Just kidding. I just read that whole reading in the beginning of the book, which was about that, settling our attachments from things. Anyhow, Adi Mudra. You're going to close the thumb into the palm and then just curl the fingers over that. And you're not gripping. It's just a light hold. Yep. And then the palms down in your lap or on your thighs. Spine goes a little taller. Eyes can be open or closed. Find that same breath count rhythm that we found in the beginning. So you're going to inhale to 1, exhale 1. Continue the count up towards 10. When you find your mind wanders, head back to 1. Mudra into either Namaste hands or prayer hands, or one hand over the other, which is Hijraya Mudra, over the heart space. And now into a place within you where you recognize gratitude to acknowledge at least one more thing in your life to be grateful for today. Send out that gratitude with open arms, offering it beyond the walls that you're in. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Palms coming together, holding on to that gratitude real close, at least for the rest of the day. I'll own once to seal the deal. You may always join me from home. I'll hear your vibration. I'll take us to the breaths to get there. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Slow breath into Om. Breathing in, breathing out, lips apart. Namaste. To the sun and to the earth and to all of you. Thank you so much. Be calm out there. Stay grounded. We'll see you next time.